To think of the number of times I nearly akumatized you!
Just nearly, though!
Now that Miraculous Ladybug's 6th season is on the horizon, fans are eager to see what's next for Ladybug and Cat Noir. A lot has occurred in the 5th season's finale that will change the course of the series forever. Gabriel died, Marinette encountered Gimmi, the Kwami of Reality, and each Miraculous was returned to their former wielder. Officially, the Agreste arc ends with Gabriel's defeat, and the mystery surrounding Emilie's disappearance is resolved. However, some fans believe that the finale could have been handled differently, altering the course of the series even more and creating monumental changes to the Miraculous Ladybug narrative. In today's video, we'll discuss 5 alternate endings to the 5th season and how they could have influenced the series' future.
Back, Kwami and Adrien, eternal icons? How many lives are you going to ruin in the name of your crazy dreams?
Number 1. Gabriel saves himself. Gabriel goes up against Ladybug and Cat Noir in destruction after being lured on a wild goose chase across Paris by the Kwamis and falling into the heroes' trap. While Ladybug and Cat Noir succeed in apprehending him, holding him captive with an active cataclysm, he forces Cat Noir to touch him, allowing the Cat Miraculous's destructive power to poison his body, resulting in a fatal wound that gradually spreads throughout the rest of the season. Knowing he's living on borrowed time, Gabriel expedites his plan to acquire the Ladybug and Cat Miraculous. He works alongside Tomoe to create a plan that would turn everyone in the world into an army of the Miraculized, developed through their alliance rings. Ultimately, Gabriel and Marinette have their final confrontation inside the Agreste home, where they learn another's secret identities. Marinette makes the mistake of giving Gabriel the benefit of the doubt and takes the 2 Miraculouses he needs to summon Gimmi. Gabriel's wish remains a mystery as it was a silent agreement between himself and the Kwami, however it does end in his death. Yet Gabriel could have used his single wish to reverse the effects of Cat Noir's cataclysm, ultimately saving his life and allowing him to continue raising his son without Emilie. Doing so would require giving up on his life and abandoning his dream to bring her back. By giving up on Emilie and saving himself, Gabriel could have spent the 6th season atoning for his actions as monarch and trying to become a better father to his son, whose trust he had lost entirely.
Who you really are.
Number 2. Adrien learns the truth. In the episode Representation, Felix reveals the dark truth surrounding his and Adrien's births. He tells Marinette how Emilie and Amelie couldn't conceive children naturally, so they relied on the Peacock Miraculous to have children who were centimonsters. However, Emilie and Colt became fatally ill by using the Miraculous when it was still broken, which ultimately led to their deaths. Gabriel also kept the rings containing Adrien's amok, allowing him to influence his son's actions throughout the series. Marinette obtains Gabriel and Emilie's wedding bands after his defeat and gives them to Adrien during the epilogue scene. By doing so, she grants Adrien free will and the ability to make choices for himself. Adrien even claims that Marinette makes him feel free, unaware of the gift she just granted him. No one tells Adrien that he's a sentimonster, and he'll begin the 6th season blissfully unaware. However, his circumstances may have been incredibly different had he learned the truth. If Adrien had learned he was a sentimonster, he could have begun the 6th season questioning everything he knew about himself and his parents. He may question the validity of every decision he's ever made or the emotions he's experienced. His state of mind would likely turn for the worse and influence his relationships. He may question his former love for Ladybug, perhaps believing he only wanted to be with her because Gabriel was obsessed with her power. Adrien could also become closer to Felix, relying on his cousin as he comes to terms with the brutal truth, as Felix is the only one who could sympathize with what Adrien is going through.
When Ladybug gave it to me, she told me how my father helped her to defeat Monarch at the cost of his life.
Number 3. Marinette gives up the Miracle Box. After defeating Monarch, Marinette manages to recover most of the Miraculouses, preventing anyone else from stealing their power. With the help of Alya and Suhan, she recreates their original Miraculouses, returning the Kwamis to their proper jewelry and full power. She also gives the Miraculouses to their proper wielders, believing they'll be safer that way rather than stored in one place. However, the fate of the Miraculouses could have had a significantly different outcome. After losing them to Felix and Monarch shortly after, Marinette was left traumatized by the events. She began questioning her validity as a hero and worried that given all the power he had received, she would never be able to stop Monarch. She blames herself for what happened to the Miraculouses, and most of the 5th season follows emotional ups and downs as she works against the pressure of her mistakes. Since she believes the Miraculouses aren't safe with her at the end of the 5th season, she could have returned the Miracle Box to Suhan, relinquishing her role as Guardian. However, as seen in Miracle Queen, doing so would have had devastating consequences. When Guardians give up their Miracle Boxes, they lose all memory of their time with the Miraculouses. The amnesia is a safety precaution to protect the Kwamis, their powers, and the miraculous wielders. Unfortunately, amnesia includes entire years of someone's life, as Master Fu loses near centuries of memories after he makes Marinette the new Guardian. Marinette would not only forget a year's worth of information, but also everything about Ladybug, Tiki, and her relationship with Adrien.
The Miracle Box is the mother of all boxes. It's the very first one that was created, and the one that holds the most powerful magic jewels.
Number 4. Marinette recovers the Butterfly Miraculous. During the final battle between Bug Noir and Monarch, Gabriel disregarded the Butterfly Miraculous as he prevented Marinette from seizing the jewel behind all his power. Thrown over the side of Gabriel's hidden lair, the Butterfly Miraculous is the perfect place for Lila to steal it after she sneaks into the Agreste's home during the chaos. At the end of the season, she's a new wielder of the Butterfly Miraculous and the new primary villain taking over for Gabriel in the series. However, Marinette could have recovered the Butterfly Miraculous had Lila not stolen it from under her nose. In doing so, the entire course of Miraculous Ladybug would have changed forever. Nuru could have reunited with his fellow Kwamis and experienced a peaceful existence as he recovered from his time with Gabriel, learning to enjoy the modern world without fear of his wielder. Eventually, Marinette may have entrusted his new power to someone else, a new hero she believes is trustworthy. However, it's foreshadowed in Time Tagger that Gabriel was always meant to lose the Butterfly Miraculous, and that a new Hawkmoth would rise in his place. If the new Hawkmoth isn't Lila, the new hero Marinette trusted would either need to lose the Miraculous or enact the worst betrayal in the series' long history. The impact of losing the Butterfly Miraculous again would have been so much worse if Nuru had received a taste of happiness, only to have it taken away when everyone least expected it.
I transformed into Aquabug and searched the basement, but nothing. Even after repairing everything, it's as if the brooch had disappeared.
Number 5. Natalie doesn't survive. In the 2nd season, Natalie risks her life by wielding the broken Peacock Miraculous. Despite knowing that doing the same is what led to Emilie's death, she believed in saving her friend more than she valued her own life. However, Natalie's experience as a villain is short-lived, as she becomes too ill to continue using the Miraculous and reinforces her efforts on caring for Adrien. Eventually, she realizes how much Gabriel's behavior harms Adrien, and she begins working against him, claiming that Gabriel is losing his mind in pursuit of the Ladybug and Cat Miraculous. As Natalie's relationship with Gabriel becomes more frayed, her illness worsens. In the season finale, she can barely walk and is confined to bed rest until she decides to make her final stand against Gabriel. She later confides in Ladybug and tries to help her before falling unconscious. Many fans believe that she died in those moments and that Gabriel used his wish to Gimmi to restore her life. However, had he not made that wish, then Natalie would have inevitably succumbed to her magical illness. If Gabriel still died in the finale and did not revive Emilie, then Natalie's death would have disastrous ramifications for Adrien. Not only would he become an orphan without a proper guardian, he would lose the only other parental figure he had, leaving him completely alone. His aunt Emilie is his next of kin, and she would likely have adopted him, meaning he would grow up alongside Felix and possibly relocate to London permanently, where Emilie and Felix live.
Stop Monarch at all costs. That's what she would have wanted. Transform back! Transform back!
The possibilities for alternative endings for the 5th season of Miraculous Ladybug are endless. While the Agreste's arc's official resolution and the Miraculous's return to their former wielders brought closure to many storylines, exploring alternative paths could have opened up new narrative opportunities. Fortunately, different endings are still explorable by the fans who wanted something more from the finale, whether through fan theories, fan fiction, or live discussions. The potential for different endings only adds to the richness of the Miraculous Ladybug fanbase, keeping the audience excited and engaged as they eagerly anticipate the upcoming 6th season.
Read my heart.
What do you sacrifice?
Read my soul.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
I've only just met you, and yet my heart is beating as if I've known you forever.
You should always trust your heart.